Hello everybody, Tarak37 here, and welcome back to Let's Solo Star Wars the FFG RPG. So here is the map I made. It's a very simple map, but we should hopefully not be on this for very long. Haven't populated it with NPCs yet, beyond Iblo, but I figured this would be a good time as any. Excuse me, sorry. So, in regards to the dark side ranged weapon, I eventually realized that there was a weapon that would actually work very well. The Night Sister Energy Bow, because the Night Sisters are traditionally a dark side aligned faction. The curse, well, let me check. I keep wondering, yeah, here, let's figure out what the curse is, because it occurs to me that, oh, I should probably figure out what the heck this curse does. Misfortune block. Ooh. Misfortune block. Okay. How about while wielded? I'm gonna make a note of this. Hold on. There we go. Call it Cursed Night Sister Energy Bow. And here is kind of what I'm thinking for it. So, above this part, above the Night Sister Energy Bow, hold on, let me write stuff. Above this, I will put curse. So, misfortune block. So, basically, in really unlucky circumstances, your defenses fails. So, if, let's say, 3 threat or a despair is rolled during an attack with this weapon, nullify defenses until the start of the attacker's next turn. So, I think usually, like, the max defense you can have is, I think, 4. At least in Genesis it was, and I think that's a good, like, cap to put a defense at. Same with, like, boost dice. You can only have, like, a max of 4. That way you don't end up... I've run games where people just start stacking and stacking boost dice, and then pretty soon you have people rolling 7 boost dice because someone rolled nothing but advantage, and rather than spend it for upgrades or anything like that, they just say, you know what, the easiest thing to do is just pass all that along as boost dice and give the next person a bunch of positive dice. So having this, right now, it's not actually a... Well, it would be a bad thing for Boitu. Well, no, it wouldn't, because that 1 melee defense is from the sword. So if he swapped out to this cursed artifact, which I'm going to put in his inventory, he's not going to use it, because he doesn't have the capability to use it. I believe this uses ranged heavy. Yeah, ranged heavy. He doesn't have the skill to use it. He'd be rolling at 1 purple. It would do nothing, but there wouldn't be a downside. Like, he wouldn't have any melee or ranged defense at that point. Ooh, I should probably try to get... well, all the strain, like, enough time has passed, I think the strain can come back. But, the wounds... oh, shoot. Give me a sec. I have a cheat sheet somewhere. Somewhere I've got a cheat sheet for recovery. Let me just pull that up. Very, very sorry. I meant to look that up and just completely forgot. I remembered to try to find the something that would match, and I think this is actually pretty good. Okay, 1 night heals. Yeah, 1 night will heal 1 wound. So I will roll a d6 to determine how many days have passed. Just because I'm kind of... 1d6. That's how many days have passed, and that's how many wounds are going to be healed. Hey, 5 wounds. Not bad. So a bit of a long trip, but I still got a stim pack for emergencies, but yeah, this game actually can be quite unforgiving if you take the time. Alright, so the reason we were coming here, let me scroll back up to find that reason. Sorry. To the mining colony. What was the determination? Sorry, trying to find... Lies stop. Right. Someone was being dishonest about... We haven't fully figured it out. I think... Here's how I'm going to interpret it. Someone is lying. This is probably a better determination than I determined last session. Someone is lying about why the mining facility stopped sending ore to be processed. That's what the Hutts have determined, that ore has stopped being sent out. The claim is probably something along the lines of, you know, oh, there was some kind of a mining shaft collapse, or maybe like their ore vein ran dry and they're looking for more. Something along those lines that the Hutts don't entirely believe. So, they sent Iblo to go investigate, and Iblo decided it would help if he had an actual hut there. I think his assumption is someone is basically trying to, you know, thinks, oh, the Hutts don't come out here. I think, actually, no. Let's say this in conversation, Iblo, like, yeah, I suspect somebody thinks, oh, the Hutts don't come out here, they're not going to investigate. Hey, there's no need to investigate. Hey, we're relatively a small operation. Hey, we can just stop sending it and delay for a little bit. Now, I'm a pretty intimidating guy. You've seen me work. But I think it'd help a lot if I had an actual hut here. Someone of the family to you know, help me out here. You provide a little, for lack of a term, air of legitimacy. And that is going to help me out a lot. Like I said, once this is over, we'll get you to where somewhere else in the galaxy. Your family's has already stopped looking for you. I'm willing to let you go. Oh, too, but only after you help me out, buddy. You already owe me. And this is the only other payment I'll accept. Very well. Let's get on with it, Iblo. Alright. Now, I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to call this unlikely. Is there someone to greet them? The reason I'm saying this is unlikely is because honestly, in all honesty, I really feel like it's more interesting if know if there isn't someone to greet us, or if someone is there to greet us, that it's not who we're expecting. Is there someone to greet them? No. All right. So after being dropped off by a shuttle from the larger ship, they start heading inside to find nobody. These 3 hatches, I did make this map myself. There were some free assets online that go with Dungeon Draft, which is I don't know if I've mentioned this before. Dungeon Draft is the software I use to make my own maps. There are various, like, free modules, add-ons, mods, whatever you want to call them, that you can add. And these, and there's one that adds a bunch of Star Wars stuff. So, like, the floor tiles, the walls, the crates that you've seen, those are all, like, from that asset pack that I found. And yeah, I think it does a pretty good job. I drew this out myself. I'm pretty proud of that. The Dungeon Draft has, it does have an opportunity for it to just randomly, you can tinker with a few factors and then it'll make its own, like, random dungeon or cave. In fact, this Cernpedal mining shaft, which we'll probably be getting to fairly soon, I did not draw that out. That was Dungeon Draft. Basically, I ran through a few iterations until I found a map that I thought looked pretty good. Filled it with a couple mining carts, because the only other thing I could put in would be, like, crystals, and crystals would be a completely different thing to be mining, and that would mean something very different. But yeah, tangent over, let's get back. So they come in and there's no one there. That's weird. I would have thought there's not even guards in here. What the hell? Why? Ooh, I just realized something. Batu can use the Force. He'll try to. All right, I'm going to say he's going to try to use his sense. Oh right, I forgot to. He needs to uncommit his Force die. There we go. Now if I try to roll for sense, it should work. There we go. He's going to try to reach out with the Force and sense. Would he use it? Would he use the Force in this way? Like with the dark point? Honestly, I think he would. I'm gonna say that the reason for, like, the dark point is because something terrible has happened here that's kind of left a dark side taint on this area. And he's trying, and he needs to sense something. Now, you all might say he could have done, a number of other things, but I think he's gotten to a point that he doesn't really know what he's doing. Like, he's not exactly, like, this isn't like him, like, closing his eyes and reaching out with all of his senses. This is him just kind of, like, fumbling around with this weird ability he's had since birth. And, he can sense Iblo's fear. He can sense his own fear. And nothing else. Like, no life in the immediate area around them. And he says, I don't think there's anybody here. What, not even behind the crates? Like here? Huh. Right, there's... Why do you think that is? I don't know. This is... unsettling. Well, let's check in these crates. Is there anything in the crates? I'm gonna say unsure on this. Because let's be honest. I don't know if it's entirely possible that these crates are empty. They could be filled with the ore. They could be filled with something else. They could be trapped. Who knows? Is there anything in the crates? Yes or no? No, there is nothing in the crates. It's not an exceptional no, so I'm going to say no traps. It's just they're empty. They start opening the crates. Nothing. No ore. Do you think someone might have come by, grabbed all the ore? I mean, maybe, but why? If they wanted the ore, they could have just grabbed the crates and left. Why would they leave a bunch of empty crates in here? I'm growing concerned. Yeah, you and me both, pal. Well, let me see. Can I mark conflict? I can. Conflict. I wonder, is there a way for me to trigger a morality roll? Sorry, it just suddenly occurred to me. Oh, crud. I still have these. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, well. I don't like this. Well, unfortunately for both of us, can't really leave without figuring out what happened. We can't just say, oh, no one was there and all the crates were empty. You know what would happen to me if I went back with nothing. I would not want that. Me neither. So, let's see if we can get these hatches open, go down in the mining tunnels, and see what's what. Alright. Are the hatches sealed? / locked. I'm gonna say unsure. Again, I'm kind of at a point where it's like, I don't entirely know. 66. No, they are not locked. Some NPC positive event. Spy War. Ooh. Which character? What in the world? Where do you keep coming from? I would have thought we freaking ditched you. He keeps coming back. How many characters do I have on this list? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. 6, and every time you keep turning up like a bad penny. God, just... Alright, they start opening the hatch. When suddenly, out of god-damned nowhere, fully healed, I guess, comes gosh darn Baitov. He's stalking me at this point. That's the only explanation, is that this guy's stalking me. I mean, it makes sense, we did take his stuff, but my god, man. Yet another hobby, you jerk. Oh my god. Hold on. Making this. Okay, here we go. Baitov shows up. Alright, let me check his sneak skill. I'll flip a dark to upgrade his ability. No difficulty, I'll just have my guys roll vigilance and see if they roll better than his stealth. I mean, my gosh. Okay. Well, as long as at least one of these guys rolls a freaking success, they got him. Hey, look at that. We got him. I'll roll for this guy too. Vigilance. Oh my gosh. Alright, both of us notice him just easily. We hear, like, the door, like, he, like, trips over something, and then both of us turn. Batu pulls out his sword. Iblo, like, has probably already holding it, his blaster in the holster, and immediately, like, turns around and raises his blaster. And Baitov just says, "Ah, crap. Ah, Fearfeck. You again. Kid, don't you have literally anywhere else to be? Come on, kid. I know we took your stuff, but to be fair, you basically took it from them before. Lord, this is honestly... At this point, just turn back. You're outnumbered, quite frankly, outgunned with that little toy you got up your sleeve. You're not gonna be pretty much firepower. So what do you say? Why don't you kindly criff off? Would that I could, but unfortunately, that little toy your friend I see has on his back is worth quite a bit of credits. Back in hut space, and quite frankly, I need credits. Blew through a lot to hunt them down. That is my ticket out of this life. So, if you'd be kind enough to pass that over here, we can all just end this little war, and this little private war between us three, and get on with our lives. Alright, I think I'm going to have Iblo roll a coercion check. Coercion, I believe, is opposed by discipline. This guy's discipline is 2. So, we're going to roll. I'm going to say Batu's going to give him a boost because the guy's outnumbered. He knows it, and he knows how tough it is to even hurt Batu. Iblo's going to hold his blaster steady, aimed like right at Baitov's head, and says, "I'm gonna give you to the count of 3. 1. Come on now. Let's not get hasty. 2. Baitov's eyes kind of like dart back and forth between Batu and Iblo. Sees Iblo's like finger getting really close to that trigger, and then says, "Fine. Fine. This isn't over. Not forever, but I will leave you to your business until such time as we can get this sorted." He's going to turn his back and start running this way. Now, I'm going to ask a question. I think I'm going to set this already very likely. Will Iblo shoot Baitov in the back? I'm going to set this up very likely because I think Iblo seems like the kind of guy to... Oh yeah, he's going to shoot Baitov in the back. I'm going to say as soon as his back's turned, Iblo's just going to say, "Oh, really? You're going to say that we're going to see you again?" Alright, less than 50 feet, I'm going to call that short range. Heavy blaster pistol, short range, what difficulty? I'm going to flip a light side point. I'm going to say, with the exceptional yes, I'm going to give him a boost die, because basically he's been, like, itching to do this probably for a while, and, you know. 3 and 3, and it's a crit. So 10 damage minus the soak of 3. That's 7 damage and a crit. Well, what crit? Pray tell. Stunned. He is staggered until the end of his turn. Baitov, like, just is like the back hit. The shot hits him like straight in the spine. He freezes in place. And I'm gonna say we're gonna have to go into combat now. Fatal confrontation. Oh my gosh. Whoop. Here we go. This is probably going to be the fatal confrontation, it feels like. Buatu Drath is going to roll... I'm going to say he was caught off guard, so he's going to roll Vigilance. Iblo is going to roll Cool, because he was definitely planning on that. And Vigilance for Baitov, definitely. Is Buatu the kind of person to attack a person while his back's turned? I'm gonna say no. He's not going to... You know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Buatu's the kind of person, because he didn't try to kill Baitov when he had the chance. Buatu, he's going to try to actually disarm Iblo. He's going to like use his maneuver to get over here, and he's going to try to like brawl with Iblo and get that weapon out of his hand. And I'm gonna call this an opposed brawling check instead of just like the standard 2, because this is basically they're wrestling for it, for the gun. This is like definitely like a homebrew thing. This isn't how it's actually supposed to go, but this is kind of like the only thing I can think of. I will flip a light point. Oh, did I give Buatu a strain? I did. Okay, good. Oh, wait, nope. Don't do that. Do that. Alright. And now it's an even thing. Let's see. No. Alright, I'm gonna do my house rule thing of a null. Oh, wait, no, but this is combat. That's not the same thing. Alright. He fails. He's like, come on! No, he had his back turned, he was leaving. And we have other things to worry about than him. Let go of me. I'm done dealing with that little squirt. I think next one should be Baitov. And Baitov's just gonna be like... Ugh. He's staggered. He's not immobilized. He's gonna book it. He's gonna spend a maneuver moving further out of range, and I'm gonna say he's gonna spend a maneuver to close these doors. And he's gonna be trying to seal them. He can't do any actions, but he's going to... Yeah, he'll have to spend 2 strain to do that, and that's basically wounds for him. Normally I wouldn't do... Like, he's not supposed to be a minion at this point. He's supposed to be a rival, so... I usually say that minions can't spend strain. Rivals can, but it's basically they're spending wounds. Yeah, Baitov's just like... Oh, boy. I really think I pissed him off. Now, Iblo. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to call this unlikely. I'm going to call this very unlikely. He's like... Will Iblo fight Buatu over this? I think it's very unlikely. They seem like maybe not friends, but, you know. Okay. So, I'm going to end combat. That was fast combat. But, I was going to say, well, he's gone for now. Buatu, I swear. Just... one day you're gonna get yourself killed. Don't ever get in the way between me and my shot again, alright? Just... enough stalling. Let's get down to the mines and see what the hell's going on down there. Go to the mine shaft, and I'm going to ask a fate question. Is anyone alive in the mine shaft? I'm gonna call that unlikely. No. So they go down there. Actually, follow-up question. Do they find bodies? I'm gonna say unsure again, because I'm not sure, you know. Okay. They find bodies? No. So it's empty. So Buatu and Iblo come down. And, hold on, I'm gonna quickly... I'm going to change Iblo to an ally. He's not hostile, he's friendly. There we go. He's friendly, at least at the moment he's friendly. So, again, they come down, nobody. Alright, what's going on here? You can see some of those minecarts still have ore in them. Yeah, they do. But why? None of this is making any sense, Buatu. Actually, I should probably call this a scene change, because at this point, like, a scene has definitely ended, I'm willing to say. But we're going into the mine shaft. I'm going to actually stop that music and switch to attention music. Let's go with... what would be a good tension music? Let's try Pharaohs. Oh, yeah, I like that. Alright, I will see if there's a scene alteration. Alright, I'm going to say Chaos Factor went up by 1. The reason I'm saying that is because definitely things were, like, out of their control. They show up, no one's there. Baitov shows up out of nowhere and decides to start causing trouble. Buatu was not in control of that situation, so... now for the roll for scene alteration. Scene proceeds normally. Alright. That was unlikely to happen, but hey. Alright. Sorry, I'm just also going to check. You know, let's describe this cavern, because that's basically what it is. Bleak. Alright. Reassuring. Let's roll that again. Bleak and reassuring are kind of collapsed. Okay. Misfortune. Okay. So they're seeing signs that, like, the mine shaft collapsed. Like, maybe as they're going through, like, kind of over here, they kind of see some, let's see, drawing tools, draw freehand, hey. No, that's not... Lines, hey. They're supposed to be orange. There we go. That this thing collapsed. And there's definitely already signs of, like, misfortune. Like, you know, that's a sign of misfortune in and of itself, but there's, like, all these signs that, like, basically, it's almost as if, like, there were people here, and just in the middle of working, gone. Let's see if they can find any clues as to what's going on. These are going to be perception checks. I'm going to set them at 2 difficulty. Oh, for flip's sake. A threat. I'm going to say... I'm going to give him a strain because he's basically struggling right now. Like, he can tell something bad's going on. He can feel, even though he doesn't have a word for it, he can feel the dark side taint of, like, something awful happening. It's like, something happened here. No shit, Sherlock. But, gods, if I know I can find out what... There's nothing here. There's no... I mean, there's stuff here, but there's no sign of what, or why, or anything. Just... What's happening? What happened here? I mean, I can see there's some ore over there. You know, actually, let's ask the question. Are the boxes by the entrance empty? Are these other boxes empty? I'm gonna say that's very likely, given what we saw upstairs, that all the boxes up there were empty. Are these other boxes empty? Exceptional no. Uh-oh. Are they trapped? I'm going to ask this question. Are they trapped? I'm going to put this at likely. Yes. Let's see if there's a thing for the nature of the trap. Yes, dungeon traps. Alright, what kind of dungeon traps do we got here? Simple. Alright, a simple trap. Duplicate. Let's roll it again. I don't like the duplicate one. I like it being... Create... what? Lethal. Well... some kind of trap that creates something lethal. Sorry, I'm trying to... like, nothing off the top of my head. The only thing I can think of would be, like, some kind of poison? Some kind of poison. Oh, this is gonna be... Alright, I'm gonna do one more roll in Dungeon Traps table, just because it's hard. Like, wall... no. I think the big problem is these are dungeon traps, so like Dungeons and Dragons traps, where create lethal would be like, I don't know, you open it up and it starts empty and then it turns into, and suddenly a like poisonous snake shows up. Simple duplicate would be, I don't know, like the chest inside has like one copper coin, or like something that starts like duplicating. Like a simple object like sticks and it just starts duplicating if you open it. Or wall balance could be, I don't know, like you open it up and a wall behind you just tips over. Like there's like it was like connected to a string that caused the mechanism, but like can't do that here. I'm gonna ask this question. If it's not, then I'll try to figure something else out. Is the trap a bomb? I'm gonna call this likely. It's likely a bomb. Are you kidding me? Alright, what's the trap? What's the trap? What would the trap be? Honestly, I am going to say it's some kind of poison, but I don't know how to find very quickly a poison here. Alright, poison. Hold on. Gas. Dioxis gas. You know, that's what I'm going to say. Dioxis gas, that's what we're dealing with. Just one dose of dioxis gas. So they open up the box. They open up the same box. No, they open up two separate boxes, but they both have to deal with the dioxis gas. So, we have a 3 difficulty. This is resilience, I know that much. Roll. Oh no. Takes 5 wounds and 2 strain. Alright. He takes 5 wounds that ignores soak and 2 strain, which brings him up to 8. He's like, poison! Bateau poison! Oh god. Resilience, resilience, resilience. 3 difficulty. Bateau poison! Oh my god, though. Each generate inflicts 2 strain that ignores soak. Takes 10. My god! Gotta get out of this. Okay, neither of them went unconscious or anything like that, so I think they're going to like stumble away from the boxes. What the hell? What? Who the hell did that? I don't know. God. I have to wait for that to dissipate. Why wasn't it upstairs? I don't know, maybe someone else already triggered those traps. Or, if so, well, if that was the case, why weren't there bodies? I don't know. I don't like this. I don't either. Maybe... maybe we could find an answer cheaper. For now, let's take a breather. Until we can figure out what happened. Figure out our next steps. And I'm actually going to end it there for this episode. Okay. I actually kind of like how this is going. Chaos factor... I'm going to say they actually were kind of in control of this situation. Like, the gas was a surprise, but for the most part, everything kind of went about as expected. You know, they kind of went around, they investigated, rolled like trash. But, like, they were definitely more in control, I feel like, than out of control. And let's see if there's a scene alteration for next time. Okay, we have a random event happening. An ambiguous event. I think I remember reading that. Dominate food. Interesting, interesting. Okay. So, next time. Next time. What poisoned boxes. I already have kind of an interesting idea for this that I think would be really good. I'll just tell it to you right now, so that, you know, if you think if you have any better ideas for what it could be, then I'm all ears. But I think with the Dioxis gas and the missing ore, in my mind, that points to maybe like some old like separatist droid factory coming online. Like somebody found a droid factory, turned it on, and is basically like when they were like digging through mine shafts, they found an ancient separatist factory. Not ancient, but you know what I mean. Like an old separatist factory that was lost, shut down during the war. They got it back up and running again, and they needed more ore, so they, killed the miners and cleaned up the bodies and basically tried to make it look like a, just like they abandoned their post or something, and they're trying to kill anybody else who comes down here. Why are they building a droid army? I don't know. And, this could be entirely wrong. Actually, this will be the last fake question I ask, and then I'll call it. Is it the Separatists? Watu and Separatists. I'm going to call it likely just because I like that theory. Remember, Watu and Iblo won't know, but I can kind of set up more clues later on for them to figure it out. Oh, yeah, it's the Separatists. I guess I should have put... So, yeah, no, it is 100% a Separatist, factory. I don't know, what an exceptional yes is in this case, but... Alright, I know what we're going to be what tokens to get ready and what to do. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a great day. Bye.